All right, Heated Sports Pod episode 5. It's just me and Jamie today, our resident Dolphins expert. We're going to start off with the Dolphins. So, Jamie, what do you got for us?
All right, so the Dolphins are fresh off a bye week and fresh off a loss against the Super Bowl winning Kansas City Chiefs in Frankfurt, Germany. So that was a rough one, but a lot of good things have been happening for the Dolphins in this bye week. For example, a lot of AFC teams did lose this past weekend. As of right now, we're entering week 11. So week 10 was filled with a lot of great things for the Dolphins. For example, the Buffalo Bills and the Denver Broncos recently. The Bills blew it. They're now at 5-5, which is 500. Okay. So everyone was talking about how the Dolphins can't beat these winning teams. Now they're not 0-2 anymore, but they're they're not 0-3 anymore, but they're 0-2 because the Bills are no longer above 500.
That's right.
That's amazing. And as a result of all this fraudery going on with the Bills, the Dolphins have a 94% chance at making the playoffs and an 88% chance at making the playoffs.
Okay.
So
I like those odds.
It's looking really, really, really solid for us. Plus, another cherry on top is that the Bills actually fired their offensive coordinator, Ken Dorsey. So that is salt in the wound pretty much, which is ideal. And yeah, man, basically, I know it's not really Dolphins related, but Josh Allen's just a fraud. You know, I just want to leave that out there. The Dolphins are expecting some help with rookie running back Devon Achane, as well as receiver River Craycraft did get activated off the IR, so that's great news. And yeah, the defense is clicking. They looked really good in Kansas City. They really kept us in the game because the Chiefs didn't score at all in the second half. And if it wasn't for a botched snap at the end of the game right there, the last play, maybe we'd be singing a different tune, but
yeah, maybe we'd be talking a little different today.
Yeah, but I'm not worried at all. We're getting some help back with those guys coming back into play. And how do you feel about the Fins? This week we actually play the Las Vegas Raiders, who are on a 2-game winning streak. They actually just beat the Jets last game.
Right. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but I think we could beat the Raiders. Get that momentum back up because we're kind of in a slump right now, and I think a W would get that fire under our ass again. Censored. Get that fire under our butts again. But yeah, that's kind of what we need right now. We need a little W to get the momentum going, get the morale back up. And I think those little roster adjustments with Craycraft coming back in, I think, we're in a good spot coming into this week.
Yeah, for sure. Our next opponents, they don't look too good, honestly. We actually play some pretty, I wouldn't even call them mediocre quarterbacks, but we do play Aiden O'Connell, who's the quarterback for the Raiders. Zach Wilson twice, Sam Howell, who's decent, probably the better out of them, which isn't saying a lot, and then Will Levis. Those aren't very good quarterbacks, to be quite honest, and the defense, like I said, is they're kind of getting comfortable in the new system and the defense with Fangio. So I'm liking our odds. That's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's like 5.
You're looking at 5 dubs?
That's like solid 5 dubs.
5 dubs? Okay.
Against those guys right there, easy.
Okay.
And then we do play at some tougher opponents after the fact, like one of them being Baltimore Ravens. That's going to be a crazy game.
Right.
And, the Buffalo Bills again, but the Dallas Cowboys are on fire right now too. So
that's right.
That's going to be on Christmas Eve. And yeah, that's going to be a movie. And then we're not going to be on the pod, but the Dolphins will face the Jets on Black Friday, Friday Night Football, Friday Night Lights in New York. So that's
podcast bye week.
Podcast bye week. Everyone have a great Thanksgiving, okay, and spend some time with your family. Eat some turkey. Gain some weight, some happy weight.
But keep an eye on the Dolphins.
But keep an eye on the Fins. And
always.
Yeah, man, I'm not really too worried about Tua. Tua's healthy going into week 11, which is, if you told me that going into the year, I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? That's amazing.
Gotta love a healthy Tua.
Waddle was a little banged up last game. Give him a bye week. Get a little bit more healthy, so he's gonna be ready ideally for the Raiders. And McDaniel does have a little bit to tweak with his coach. I feel like with the coaching, not with the coaching. he has to tweak some things as far as clock management and as far as play calling in certain instances. Like, I just feel like when there's times we need to hurry it up, we're like taking our time, and there's times where we kind of we should not abandon the run when we do in the middle of a game.
Got you.
Because it's kind of what got us to where we are. We're one of, if not the best. I'm pretty sure we're the best run offense in the NFL. Mm-hmm. So like when you stop running, it kind of just you're just doing more harm to yourself. And yeah, man, it is what it is. I don't want to talk about like the refs or anything like that. There's bad calls in every game, but
yeah, it's a big topic of conversation lately.
Yeah, you know,
Dolphins fans, of course. But
a lot of missed calls, you know, especially with the Eagles game and the Chiefs game. Honestly, like in particular, like these, it's just really crazy. Oh, and another thing, Justin Herbert, you know, the Chargers seem to be putting up a lot of points, but can't seem to pull out a win. The defense is just horrible, even though their head coach is a defensive coach. And yeah, they're not looking too good either. So between the Bills and the Chargers, the Bengals even just lost. We were just talking about C.J. Stroud before the pod, and like he's turning up, he's balling out. They just caught the dub against the Bengals, the Texans, and you know, when you have a team like the Broncos beating the Chiefs, a team like the Broncos beating the Bills, and we put up 70 on them, beating them by 50, it really puts things in perspective. Like, you know, where we at. Like, it's only 1 week, one game at a time. So, like, for the most part, everyone's overreacting. Like, when it comes to the Fins. Like, it's not same old Dolphins. I know there's Dolphins fans that are like, same old Dolphins.
Oh, we suck again. We suck.
Oh, this Tua guy is horrible or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, let's just relax. 1 week. We're 6-3 after 9 games. That's pretty good.
And we got 5 more wins coming up, according to.
Yeah, exactly. No, honestly, I mean, there's definitely no excuse. Like, we got to take care of business. Anything can happen any given week, like we just saw with the Bills and the Chiefs losing to the Broncos, and even Texans with the Bengals. But yeah, I'm more than confident that we can handle that, and we can start transitioning to the Miami Heat. Yeah. So
taking care of business.
The Miami Heat are on a 6-game win streak.
That's right.
Tyler Hero has been hurt for a few games now. He got hurt. What was it during the?
I think it was like 2 games ago, maybe.
It was during the Grizzlies game. He stepped on Jaren Jackson's ankle, his foot, twisted his ankle. So Tyler Hero's been out for 3 full games, and obviously without the Grizzlies. So we've won 4 games without Hero. Caleb Martin still has been sidelined since opening day.
True.
Excuse me. Caleb Martin has been sidelined since opening day, and Lowry last night was actually in foul trouble, so we barely had Lowry.
I don't think he scored last night at all.
Yeah, he didn't score.
Honestly, that's kind of typical of Lowry, not to score any points, but he has a pretty good impact. Like, I'm not a Lowry hater.
His first game when like the Memphis game when Hero got hurt, he put on. He had like 17, 9, and 11. I was like, whoa. But it's funny. I actually did an article about who would be like who Spo would put into the starting lineup, and you can check it out on heatedselflow.com. And I mentioned Jaime Jaquez and how he might be the one to step into that starting lineup, into that role. What did you think of Jaime this stretch?
Has been incredibly impressive. Like, I've been so high on Jovic, but Jovic is not getting any play. But Jaquez is going out there, and he, as a rookie, it's kind of rare to see Pat and Spo put so much trust in a rookie. And, like, I don't know, I'm not trying to rag on Joe Cronin more than we've already have, but he's putting up better numbers in almost every statistical category than Scoot Henderson. And I think he's like 20% higher in true shooting percentage.
What?
Which is
no way.
Insane.
Scoot is shooting that bad?
Scoot is shooting 40% true shooting, while Jaquez is at 57% true shooting. So, and he's averaging slightly more points, around the same amount of points, but Jaquez got 1 more rebound over him, way higher true shooting. So he's
way better
more
defense.
efficient, and the defense doesn't even show up on those stats we talked about.
In fairness, I haven't watched Scoot Henderson play, honestly, like at all, aside from a few highlights. So I don't want to speak on his defense, but you know, if you were to ask me, like
Jaquez is a defensive-minded player. So
yeah, no, Jaquez. My friend said that Jaquez Jr. is basically Jimmy Butler with bunnies. So
yeah,
that's not a bad comparison in my book. You know,
Jaquez can get up there.
He's only growing.
I have a few like complaints about certain things. I wouldn't say complaints, but like Jay Rich hasn't really been playing the best. And when we got him back, everyone was really excited. I've never been super, super high on Jay Rich. He's had good moments, but I don't know. He needs to see where he slots in.
Yeah.
I don't think he's a replacement for Max Strus. Everyone's been like, he's replacing Max Strus. Strus is balling out on Cleveland.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I agree.
But
That's something I touched on in the article.
Rich is a better defender. So
Yeah, exactly. Rich is definitely a better defender. I think you're absolutely right. I agree with you, and I think I'm confident that he will find his strides. Maybe not soon, but eventually, like when it really matters. I feel like he'll fit in. You know who that guy is? Dude, Duncan has been.
Oh my God, Duncan is playing crazy.
He kind of filled that Strus gap. To be honest,
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
That
to you.
I agree with.
Not defensively, but man, offensively, he's pretty much doing.
He pulled a little Jordan move on Wemby.
This is oh my gosh. That was crazy. This is the best This is the
welcome
best.
to the NBA moment. It was Duncan Robinson.
Wembanyama. If you told me getting it to this season that Victor Wembanyama's welcome to the NBA moment was Duncan Robinson, like
putting the moves on him,
putting the MJ fake spin.
Oh my God!
I would have been like, "You're crazy and you're a liar." I'll take the bet on that. But yeah, that seemed to have been the case against the Spurs. And that game was actually without Jimmy Butler, if I'm not mistaken. So like the Heat have been just like hurt.
Bam has been balling out.
Yeah.
Bam has been playing so good. Honestly, last year during the playoffs, I wouldn't say I was a Bam hater, but I was kind of critical of Bam because he has kind of an offensive comfort zone where he likes to, shoot a little pull up, do a little turnaround pull up when I feel like he could get to the rack a little bit more.
Yeah.
But this year he has been playing insane. Like Bam's offense has been on point along with his defense. Like his defense is crazy.
So Bam Adebayo the last 4 games, and this is not including the most recent game, but 24 and 11 and 6, 26, 17 and 4, 30, 11 and 3 blocks, 22, 19 and 10. That was against, and this is against, in that span, that's against Anthony Davis.
19 boards, bro.
Yeah, on AD.
On AD.
On Anthony Davis. So
he's like 4 inches taller than him.
In all fairness, Anthony Davis did get hurt that game. So, like, we'll kind of give you a break, but I don't think the Heat would be given the same break. So, That's besides the point. Anthony Davis, Victor Wembanyama, and Jaren Jackson Jr., who was the Defensive Player of the Year for those who have forgotten. And he put up those numbers on all those guys. So, Bam was on another level. To your point, his offensive game. Dude, did you see Bam shoot that 3 against the Lakers?
Yeah.
On the top of the key, like not the corner, like the top of the key.
Yeah.
That was nuts.
I wish he would shoot more threes, to be honest, but I don't think Spo likes that. Spo doesn't like him shooting threes.
That was an out-of-body experience for me, dude. Yeah. Like watching Bam do that. And honestly, everything he's been doing this season has been out-of-body experience. And honestly, another thing I want to touch on, really speaking about Bam, is let me see if I can find it here because this is ridiculous, man. Okay, perfect. So on FanDuel, they have the Defensive Player of the Year, like wagers,
Right.
So they have Rudy Gobert as the favorite, Evan Mobley at number 2, Jaren Jackson Jr. number 3, Victor Wembanyama number 4, AD at 5, Brooke Lopez, and then Bam Adebayo number 7.
Brooke Lopez over Bam still?
Isn't that crazy?
Can you pull up Jaren Jackson Jr.'s stats from that game?
From the Heat game?
Heat
yeah, absolutely.
Grizzlies, I'd like to see
100%
his stat line against Bam that game.
And we'll look at everything. We'll look at blocks and steals too. So
and while we're at it, for in-season tournament, the Heat are undefeated.
Yes.
So far. So that's good.
They're fresh off a win against the...
Who was it?
The Hornets.
Oh, right. The Hornets.
And
that was yesterday night, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Last night. So, Jaren Jackson Jr., he had 28 points, which is that's a lot of points.
Not bad.
He had 5 fouls.
Okay.
He was -5 on the night, which isn't good, 1 block, 2 assists, 4 rebounds. And he was 8 for 10 from free throw, which is really good for a big guy. Okay. And then he was 2 for 8 from 3. So that's poor for sure. But he was 50% from the field. So all in all,
I mean, that's a good point. He put up good points, but
that's a good day for him. But you know, had a better day. Bam Adebayo,
right
on his head top.
Come on,
you know what I mean?
Grew up playing 2K, like you could score 50 points and still get like a C- teammate grade. Like,
yeah, man. No,
you're not gonna do good in my career if your teammate grade C- and you got 28 points. So
no, man. And yeah, dude. So like, and I hate how, like, so Jaren Jackson had a good game, right? Whatever, but Bam needs to be getting more respect because he had like 4 steals or what, or he was locking up Wembanyama, dude. And
Yeah.
I know Mitchell Robinson also locked him up, but like Mitchell Robinson is also like 7 foot. You know, Bam is like
Bam plays bigger than he is.
Bam is 6'9", like with his like shoes on type. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like
Bam plays way bigger than he is.
Like exactly. Sure. So like he needs more respect on his name in the defensive category. And then one other thing I wanted to talk about was the rumors. So Zach LaVine is being rumored to be connected with the Heat. I also heard about Caruso being involved with either, I think it was the Bucks or the Heat, I think, or the Sixers, something like that, and the Miami Heat. So what are your thoughts on those 2 potential guys? Who do we even give in that situation?
I don't want to give up Hero for LaVine, first of all, because I was never super high on Hero, but after this year, seeing how he like reacted to the criticism, like it's turned me into a bigger Tyler Hero fan. Like I would ride or die for Hero now. I wouldn't give him up for LaVine. I would rather give someone else up for Caruso. And I think Caruso's a much better fit on the Heat in terms of culture and like play style than LaVine.
Exactly.
So
I don't know if
I'd lean more towards trading for Caruso.
I don't know if LaVine is like Heat culture. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think Caruso is very much so.
Right.
I also think,
and we need a point guard, so it makes sense. The move makes sense. I don't want to
trade Duncan though.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
I would trade
especially like how he's playing right now.
I would trade Lowry though.
Yeah, I'd trade Lowry for sure. But I don't know if they'd want Lowry.
Lowry's getting paid
unless they want to dump his contract. But
Lowry's getting a lot of money, bro. Like 27 million.
I think we'd have to give up like maybe Caleb, which would hurt.
No, I don't. I don't
want to give up Caleb, especially we haven't even seen him play this year.
Yeah, we're a very deep team, man. Like to your point earlier, Jovic hasn't even played. Spo, give him more minutes, please. What's happening?
Yeah, at least in like little garbage time throw, fucking shit.
bleep. What's it gonna call it? So the Heat's next few games looks like tomorrow on Thursday, November 16th, they play the Brooklyn Nets, which is going to be a rematch after
the game we should have won.
The game we should have won because I was at that game. We lost, which is a damn shame.
Here or in Brooklyn?
Here.
Oh, okay.
And after that, we play, speaking of Zach LaVine, we play the Chicago Bulls, which is actually really ironic. We actually play them back-to-back games. We play them that Saturday and then Monday. That's funny. So we play the Nets, Chicago twice, the Cleveland Cavaliers, and the New York Knicks is actually going to be the next in-season tournament game. What do you make of that? Who do you got in that one?
Oh, easy dubs for Miami. I don't know, man. Like I love
Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson is so good, but holy,
Julius Randle.
Julius Randle is like shitting the bed, bro. I'm sorry to say,
he's wetting the bed. Julius Randle is indeed, in fact, wetting the bed.
Like I saw a clip on Twitter the other day where he gave up on a play. He didn't get back on defense because like he thought like
his attitude, dude, his ego.
Or he thought Brunson took a bad shot.
Yeah,
I was like, come on, man.
That's not.
That is by far the best player. Like in that situation to take like the worst shot. I'd rather have Jalen Brunson take a shot with 3 people on him than like Julius Randle take a 3-pointer or something.
No, facts.
Especially how he's playing.
No, really.
And then to go back pouting and like yelling at Brunson down the court, like.
And
you're not gonna win like that. So.
Not for nothing, Jalen Brunson was balling on the Heat.
Absolutely.
On the Heat's head in the playoffs.
In the playoffs, he was going insane.
We'll give you your flowers, Jalen, but Randle, you're no good.
Yeah. Sorry, Stephen A.
So yeah,
Heat win.
Yeah, I believe the Heat win that next in-season tournament game as well against the New York Knicks on Friday, November 24th. And then after that, they do play the Nets again. And then we have another in-season tournament game against the Milwaukee Bucks. That's the
one to watch.
Yeah, that's gonna be super cool.
That's the one to watch.
I have the Heat winning that one. What do you think?
I would love for the Heat to win that one
because not for nothing, the Bucks have a good record at 6-4, but
they're not playing that great.
Dame has not. They have as a team. I feel like they haven't been playing as good as they should be.
Maybe Dame's not too happy there. Who knows?
Yeah, he doesn't want to be in Milwaukee. He's in Wisconsin right now. Could you imagine him not being in Miami, Florida? Unbelievable. And then so after that in-season tournament game against the Milwaukee Bucks, they'll close off November with the Indiana Pacers with Tyrese Halliburton and Miles Turner, Benedict Mathurin. That not gonna lie,
the Pacers are always like sneaky good. Dude, no matter who they have, they're always sneaky good.
Dude, they have the same record as us.
Yeah.
So not for nothing, they're pretty not only really young, but they're a really good team.
Right.
So that's the next.
They're kind of like the Kings of the East. That's
a really good comparison. Good stuff. Yeah, especially Yeah, like I said with Miles Turner, like
Yeah.
he's becoming more of a he's getting more comfortable. You can tell in his role. But yeah, that's the next few games we have for the Heat. I absolutely love how we're looking, and I honestly don't want to make any changes to the team.
Me neither. Like, if we were to trade for Levine now, I'd rather wait it out.
If it was like Lowry for Caruso,
for sure,
I'm about it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think anyone's gonna do that deal.
I'm very down for that. You know,
that,
but I think, man, I don't want to say like, yeah. I mean, Pat Riley, he feels the same way we feel, dude, and he felt this way before he even saw us play this season, dude. He felt this way right after the playoffs. He was like, you know, they asked him. I remember watching his post game, like, you know how Riley speaks for like one time of the year after the season. He was like, they were like, the media asked him, hey, like, do you see anything like a big move coming for the Heat? And he's like, you know, considering what we did, and we had like Tyler out, he's like, he was basically saying like Tyler is that guy,
right?
Like, and he was hurt the whole time,
and he's been playing like when he's on the court, he plays like that guy.
He's been like,
he's balling out.
So that Memphis game messed up his stats. But before then, he was averaging a solid.
Yeah, because I think he only got like 8 points before he got injured. So
a smooth 26, bro. Yeah. A smooth. It was like 20. It was like 25, I think. But yeah, like that's pretty good, man. And
another little hitch in the Levine deal. Levine is a Clutch Sports client.
Oh yeah.
So Pat Riley doesn't do business with Clutch Sports. Apparently, that's the rumor.
Oh, fair enough. Then so even better. Yeah.
We might not get Zach LaVine for that reason.
I wonder. I'm interested actually knowing who is Alex Caruso. I actually want to look it up right now. Well, who Alex Caruso's agency is? Alex. Oh, I'm sorry. 1 second.
No problem.
Can't even type.
But yeah. So before we close it off, we're gonna touch on the Marlins real quick too. I know Jamie has some news for us. But yeah, Heater looking good going into the in-season tournament, like the closing stretch.
It's Greg Lawrence.
Greg Lawrence.
Right. I
don't think Pat Riley knows who that is. So
his agent is Greg Lawrence of Wasserman. Yeah, Pat Riley sounds like he'll do a deal with them.
Yeah,
he signed
Wasserman. He seems like a businessman.
Yeah,
respectable businessman.
4-year, $36.9 million deal, which is pretty good.
Yeah, for Caruso,
that's not bad.
Yeah,
we're paying
Caruso's a great player.
That's how much we're paying Lowry for almost 1 year, basically.
Yeah,
literally.
I mean, I love Lowry, but too many years on those legs, bro. Too many years on those legs. I feel like Caruso fills the role like scrappy. He'll take a charge. He'll strip the ball in a key moment, you know. Yeah. So
and
he can shoot a three. He can dunk.
Caruso can
highlights.
Caruso can play in 93 feet as well.
Yeah,
94 feet. One other thing I want to touch on really quick is 2 things. Haywood Highsmith is a baller. Last game,
needle mover.
He had 12 points on the night, but they were all in the second quarter. Okay, 5 steals.
Oh my God, he is so crafty with the steals.
2 blocks, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. I mean, there's a picture that my buddies were sending me. It was like a culmination of like the past 3 like Heat lockdown defenders. I want to pull it up right now. Okay, perfect. So it shows Jay Crowder, PJ Tucker, and then Haywood Highsmith. And it goes from Charizard, or no, it goes from Charmander.
Charmander to Charizard to
the middle one. It's Charmander to the
Charmeleon. I don't know.
This one. Charmelon. Okay, so it goes from Charmander to Charmelon and then to Charizard.
Right.
And it's like it's Jay Crowder, PJ Tucker.
I'm not gonna lie, I love Jay Crowder. Even though he's like he plays weird on other teams,
he
bro.
He looked the best he looked in his career with the Miami Heat.
I know, bro. The boss man.
Dude. And I miss PJ too. Like shout out PJ Tucker and Jay Crowder. Y'all are lit, but
He legends.
Haywood is on that. And
he's that guy.
Significantly younger than them boys, not with all due respect. And then really quick, last Miami Heat thing. Last night, while the Heat took care of business, Jamal Cain for the Skyforce, 38 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 assists.
Yeah, hopefully he keeps it up.
He's doing work. Hopefully he keeps it up. Facts, because, you know, ideally in a perfect world, everyone stays healthy, but you know how it gets. Someone's probably going to end up getting hurt, and maybe Jamal Cain's name will be brought up on this very podcast. So,
yeah.
And now moving on to the Marlins. So some crazy things have happened, right? Number one, Kim, she's gone. Okay.
Right.
So the rumor has it that, well, not rumor has it, but basically the Marlins wanted to hire someone else on top of her to oversee all the decisions. And she wasn't a fan of that because, obviously her experience with Derek Jeter and this whole previous regime of the
Good for her.
Marlins. And good for her. So she did not sign back with the Marlins. She didn't pick up her option, essentially. So as a result of that, we have hired Peter Bendix. And Peter Bendix actually used to work for the Tampa Bay Rays. He was actually an intern for the Rays. And he worked his way all the way up to like it was like assistant to baseball operations or something like that.
That's pretty dope.
Insane. And essentially, the Miami Heat have hired this gentleman, and what he's basically the Miami Marlins.
Yeah.
The Miami Marlins have hired Peter Bendix, and he's very good with basically like the Moneyball algorithm, which is like your team has a very low payroll compared to everyone else, and you kind of still make it work and compete at a high level. So that's pretty much what he's known for doing in Tampa. So he's bringing basically that algorithm and that philosophy to the Marlins, and we're going to see how that's going to work for us, basically.
He's a Florida boy represents. So.
Yeah, so we did re-sign Josh Bell, and also something that we did find out recently is that, actually yesterday, is that Skip Schumacher, he won the Manager of the Year for the Miami Marlins for in the MLB, and this was actually his first year being like a manager for any team. He's a former player.
First year Manager of the Year?
Yeah, first year Manager of the Year. So
Impressive.
huge shout out to Skip Schumacher for that, and huge shout out to Peter Bendix. Hopefully you get the Marlins and the farm right.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, he I think he said something along the lines of you can still like rebuild, but while rebuilding you can still compete, essentially. Right. So that's kind of where we're at with that. And the Marlins are already going to be without their ace, Sandy Alcantara, which is rough for the whole next season as he has Tommy John surgery. But we do have Yuri Perez coming back, who's like another really good pitcher, and Jesus Luzardo is phenomenal. And yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to touch on for the Marlins. We still have a lot of offseason moves to make. Let's see who signs where and stuff like that. But yeah.
So hopefully in a couple of weeks, next podcast, we'll have a little bit more to talk about when it comes to
absolutely.
Marlins.
Yeah, as far as free agency, 100%, that'd be awesome. Yeah, man, I'm really excited to see what Peter Bendix does, and what free agents, what prospects he can bring to the farm, and
sure.
Yeah, go Marlins. But
go
yeah,
Marlins, baby.
That's pretty much
a wraps for us.
That's pretty much a wraps. We appreciate everybody for joining us. I'm Jamie Nunez.
Ricky Hernandez.
And this has been the Heated Sports Pod. Have a great one. Have a great Thanksgiving, everybody. Much love. See you next time.
Peace out.
Peace.